Hey guys, it's Min, the founder of Cloud at Victory, an ethical dancewear brand, and this is the Good Ballet Juju podcast. Good Ballet Juju is a fun, feel-good little podcast series I decided to start, where I talk to some of your favorite dancers about how they're getting on during these strange pandemic-y times, what they're up to, and how they're coping. But we also talk about fun things. My first guest, Isabella Boylston, and I went on a whole Harry Potter journey full of fun and magic. I hope this will be a nice little thing you can listen to and that it will help you feel a little bit better and serve as a reminder that we're all in this together even when we're social distancing separately in our homes. So enjoy and keep dancing. I'm here with a very exciting guest, and that is principal dancer at ABT and one of the Cindy's, the lovely and beautiful and luminous Isabella Boylston.
Hi, Min. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. So this is potentially the inaugural episode?
Potentially the inaugural. Maybe I should make this. I will make this the inaugural episode because you're fabulous, Bella.
Yay. Okay, well, no pressure, but I'll try to make it interesting.
So I guess the first question I have for you is how are you holding up in these strange and interesting times?
Well, first of all, before I answer the question, I just have to say that for all the listeners, just to give you a visual of what I'm looking at right now, I'm Zooming with Min, and then there's somehow she made like a background behind her of Roberto without his shirt on. Not sure how you did that, but you have to teach me how to get that background later.
I will teach you how to do that.
How to get I could do like a palm trees or like,
yeah, you could pretend you're on the beach somewhere tropical. Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas I pretend Roberto was with me always.
Exactly. Well, anyways, so I'm doing okay. Like I was saying when we were chatting earlier, I feel very lucky because I am healthy and I'm alive, first of all. My family is healthy. And Dan and I, my husband and I, we love our apartment. We have a beautiful apartment. We've got food on the table. Dan's still able to work. And I know a lot of people are suffering greatly. So I know this is really hard for a lot of people. And I just feel very fortunate. And I'm just basically spending my days trying not to get out of shape and trying to think of ways to help people.
Mm-hmm. So in terms of, and I think a lot of dancers especially are kind of struggling with this in terms of trying to stay in shape. So what has your approach been to that?
Well, basically, honestly, what's helped me a lot has been doing the Cindy's ballet class every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So it's a live streamed class. If you don't already know, get into it. It's basically
it's themed, right? Which is fun.
Yeah, we do themes. So Monday is back to basic Monday. Wednesday is cardio, and then Friday is dress up day, and we have a theme. So tomorrow we're doing Star Wars. I still have no idea what I'm going to wear for that.
Princess Leia buns, please. The people need to see that.
Everyone's going to be Princess Leia. That's too basic.
I need to think the best Princess Leia.
Okay. I mean, I might have to go with that because of lack of options at home, but we'll see. I was trying to think, and honestly, I'm like, what can I be that doesn't require paper mache? And it's very challenging. So that's been helping me just to do the Cindy's ballet classes. And then on top of that, I've just been doing some other workouts on my own. One thing I really like to do is put my sneakers on and go outside, find like a deserted area and just do Grand Allegro.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your Instagram story. Was it, or your Instagram feed where you discovered that was the method to avoiding shin splints?
Yeah, totally. I mean, one area where I'm not doing so hot is point work. I just haven't been very diligent about doing it. Mainly just because it's honestly not that fun to just do point on a little patch of Marley in my kitchen. Shout out to Harlequin for the Marley. Very much appreciated.
But I think that's the struggle, isn't it? Is that it's not necessarily like super fun to do stuff right now. And for some people, it's just kind of, I guess for you, maybe it's just like part of it is because of your job and part of it is because it makes you feel good to move.
Yeah.
How are you sort of finding that balance between like doing stuff because you have to do it versus doing stuff because, you want to do it?
Yeah, well, I feel like it's almost harder than ever right now to delineate your professional and your personal life because when you're working, usually you're like physically delineating that by going, like I commute into Manhattan and then I come back to Brooklyn at night. And right now everything is all in my apartment. So it's very easy for me to just spend the entire day feeling like I'm working and the night. So I've been trying to like, I don't know, just take phone breaks and, because there's always some email or other to respond to.
Was it a struggle for you to sort of accept mentally that, you're just not going to be not going to be getting the same amount of activity, or maybe just not going to be in the same shape that you are in, like in terms of stamina and fitness, because you're not, versus if you were like rehearsing and performing or practicing every day? Or is that something that, you're finding easy to sort of let go and be like, oh, okay, when I need to get up and do stuff again, I'll be able to, then I know I'll get back into shape and trust the process?
Well, at first I felt really bummed out because I had been performing. I had performed Giselle at the Kennedy Center, and then I was just getting ready to go and do La Bayadere in Chicago. And so I felt like I was in killer shape. And then it was kind of a bummer after a couple weeks, like to just feel like I was losing my muscle strength and like my muscles were atrophying. But I feel like I'm at the acceptance phase now where I'm fine. And, whenever I do have a show, I'll get ready for it. And whenever that is, if it's this fall, hopefully it's this fall, but we'll see.
Keep our fingers crossed.
Keep our fingers crossed. But yeah, I feel like I'm mentally doing pretty well. I think the hardest thing for me, honestly, is just missing my friends so much. I'm such a social person and I like thrive I get so much positive energy from all that social interaction. So that's been really hard for me.
Wait, so are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I'm a major extrovert.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a bookworm and I love reading. But other than that, that's probably like that and taking baths are probably the only activities I like to do by myself.
So there's one question I want to ask you first, which is that how do you find the energy to read, when you are actually like preparing for a full season of ABT? Because like for me, and I had this conversation with another dancer friend of mine, which is that we love to read, but for me, like at the end of the day, like when work is done, my brain is just like, I need to shut off. And I'm like, I just need to watch something really trashy on Netflix. And I don't have the space to read. And then like, it's only when I have like a little like vacation or go on break and I'm like, yeah, I have energy to read and I love it so much. And then when work starts again, I'm like, I can't. So for you actually, after like a full day of like training and rehearsal and you're using your brain and your body, like what do you find reading relaxing, or do you find like, how do you do it really?
Yeah, I honestly find reading so relaxing. That's like my favorite way. It feels like a mini vacation in your mind. Also, like I didn't grow up with TV, so I barely like even know how to turn on the TV in our apartment. So I don't know. I'm not really like, I guess I'm just in the habit. But which is not to say like I love watching shows and stuff on Netflix and movies. I'm actually watching Succession right now. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't. What is that?
It's so good. It's a satire. It's very New York. It's a satire on like, I don't know, some really wealthy media family, like maybe the Fox News family, or I don't really know who they're supposed to be, but it's just I feel like especially living in New York, it's a very, very clever satire. I mean, all the characters are pretty atrocious. Like they're incredible actors. They're just like the characters that they play are like the most terrible people ever. So it's like, you're just like, I don't know. It's very well written. Highly recommend.
I will definitely put that on my watch list.
Yeah, let me know. Are you watching anything good?
I have been watching, what have I been watching? Survivor, which is really an old school show, but I really like it because it's kind of fun and like doesn't take up too much brain space, but you see people strategizing and stuff and it's really fun.
Yeah.
And then I discovered this reality TV show series called, Japanese one called Terrace House, which is, I don't know how to describe it except that it's the nicest, calmest reality TV show ever, but that manages to somehow also be addictive and somewhat trashy. It's just six people living in a house, and that's it. There's no like gimmicks or anything, but somehow it just really sucks you in.
Amazing. Have you watched The Tiger King?
I watched like 5 episodes, and I don't know if like after every episode, I feel like I need to take a few days to just like stop because I'm like, I don't know how these are real people.
Totally. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's unique to America. I'm like, these people are so out there. I don't know.
Like, have you finished the whole thing?
Have some real freaks in your country too, but I don't know.
Well, we're not allowed to keep like wild animals or have multiple husbands or wives. So that's that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was beautiful seeing like the footage of the cats.
Yeah.
Like, shot very well, but also just heartbreaking to see those animals in captivity and just like sad to see, you know.
Yeah, I was like, how is some of this legal, like in terms of the behavior of some of the people, and also with the, you know, the tigers and the lions. I'm like, this is like, even talking about it now, I'm just having trouble wrapping my brain around it.
Yeah, I didn't even know that you could get away with that, but apparently it's possible.
Oh, but you know, fun fact, speaking of that, we are the same age and we're both born in the year of the tiger. So that's that.
Yes, we are. Yeah. That's a great year.
And then in terms of books, like what kind of genres do you enjoy reading?
Primarily like what I find the most fun, I love like a real escape. So fantasy fiction and sci-fi are definitely my go-to. Right now I'm reading an amazing fantasy sci-fi series called The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. She's actually a Brooklyn-based author, and she was, I think, the only author ever to have won the Hugo Award for every single book in a series.
Wow.
Yeah, she's really a badass. It's a really, really interesting book. I'm on book 2 right now. And, my favorite book of all time is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss.
Oh, I haven't read that.
So many, oh my God. If anyone wants fantasy recommendations, hit me up. I know all the fantasy books that you need to read.
See, you should just do like a top 5 list on your Instagram. Right.
I really should. Well, actually, so I'm getting more and more into my ballerina book club.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I have a media partner now. I'm partnering with All Arts, which is a New York affiliate of PBS.
Right.
So they're going to be producing my book club. And I'm really excited. It's the ballerina.
Oh, is it going to be like a Instagram thing or like a YouTube or like a TV?
It'll be online. But I'll like announce everything on my Instagram so you can keep up with all the updates.
After this interview, I'm going to like get the goss from you, like when we go off the record.
Totally.
And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, we are both Harry Potter fans, so I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about Harry Potter because I saw you had the Harry Potter theme class, and I'm like, any excuse to talk about Harry Potter is like a really good excuse.
Same. Oh my gosh. Well, you've read the books, right?
Yeah. So
cool.
What Hogwarts house are you? Okay,
I've actually never taken a test, but I'm guessing I'm probably a Gryffindor or a Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I would place you in one of those 2 houses either. Maybe you should do like the official one at Pottermore. I
really should. I think I'm like halfway between the 2. Also, my dream is to go to Harry Potter World. I'm dying to go.
In London, right? Is there one in America?
Oh, they might have one in London too. It's in Orlando.
Oh, right, where all the big theme parks are.
I'm dying to go. Which house are you?
I'm a Hufflepuff, actually.
I see that.
I used to be a Ravenclaw, and I used to be a Ravenclaw. Yeah, because I was like, maybe I just like animals too much, so I'm like in Hufflepuff now.
I feel like Hufflepuffs are very, very trustworthy.
I think we're kind of nice. I think we're like the nice house. That's what I would say.
You guys are like the most generous, and I think the most trustworthy and kind. Well, yeah, James is a Slytherin. Cindy.
Oh, I can see that. I would put him like between like a Slytherin and maybe like a Ravenclaw. Actually, so I can see it.
Yeah, I could see that too. Cindy's definitely got some Slytherin in him, but we love him nonetheless.
Hey, Snape was a Slytherin, and he was both complex and at the end of the day, you know, one of the big hero-ish sort of people, hero anti-hero kind of people.
Yeah. Well, actually, two other Harry Potter related things that I have to say. So I recently listened to all the books on tape.
Right.
They are amazing. Like, highly recommend with Jim Dale narrating. They are wonderful. And second thing, right before the pandemic struck, I had tickets. Me and Skylar were supposed to go see Harry Potter on Broadway.
The Cursed Child?
Yes. And then I ended up not being able to go, but that'll be something to look forward to.
Were you guys going to do like 2 shows in one day?
Yeah. All shebang. And wow. I even borrowed a cloak from Anna Sui. How do you say it? The designer?
Yeah, I know. Anna Sui,
messengered me a cloak to wear, and I was so excited. And then, alas, it was not meant to be.
Do you still have the cloak, and could you wear it for a Cindy's class? Like maybe take it off halfway or something.
Well, it had like a lot of faux fur, so I think it would have been too hot. But actually, no, I had to return it. Sadly, it was borrowed.
Well, you get it back. Please borrow it again when everything opens up, and take pictures of yourself outside the theater.
Definitely.
And so, which is your favorite book, actually, out of all the 7?
They're all just wonderful. I think if I had to pick my very favorite, I think maybe The Prisoner of Azkaban.
A lot of people say that. Mine's actually the last book, The Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Good.
I'm not sure how I feel about the epilogue, but I just thought that book was kind of like really dark and almost like it's like really deep and dark and scary, but still somehow so comforting and complex as well.
Totally. I also really love The Goblet of Fire.
Yes, I think that was like super fun.
Yeah. I mean, they're so great. Like, they're all just magnificent. Works just brilliant in every way.
But so are we both in agreement that books are better than movies? No offense to the actors.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, the movies are really fun, but like they can't even compare.
No, I was watching when I watched Fantastic Beasts. All I kept thinking during the whole time was like, I would really like this as a book because I just want J.K. Rowling to like write it.
I know. Oh, she must be burned out, but like, I would just disappear into the Harry Potter universe forever if I could.
And which character is your favorite? Oh wait, which character is your favorite and which character do you relate to the most? I'm not sure if they're the same person, but I just want to know.
Oh, I love that. Well, honestly, it's interesting because so when I listened to them again on tape, which is actually the first time I've read them as an adult. I think I read them like at least 2 or 3 times as a kid.
Right.
But I really like found Hermione to be so admirable as a person, just like her values. Also, like I didn't really get the house elves social justice aspect as a kid, but now it like totally clicked. And so, yeah, I think Hermione was just such a valiant character. And I also found Ron like a lot less likable as an adult. I just found him just this like, I don't know, just like have a lot of typical like bad male qualities. Just like being kind of spoiled and like
insecure,
letting women just figure things out for you.
I think he's like super insecure and like constantly needing assurance. I mean, I haven't watched, listened, read the books in a while. But I remember liking Ron as like a kid. But I should go back and like read it again, and maybe I have a new perspective on this.
Yeah, I mean, he's still lovable, but I just didn't love him. I found a lot more problems with him as an adult. Who are characters that just like whenever they're in the scene, you're just riveted? I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I think Professor McGonagall and Dumbledore are both really fierce. Also, Professor Trelawney is so hilarious.
She's so quirky.
Yeah. Who do you have a favorite character? I think my favorite, honestly, is probably Hermione.
I can see that. I like Hermione too. I actually don't have a favorite character. I used to just kind of like Cho because she was Asian. And I was like, every time I see like a Chinese character, like a book or a movie, I'm like, I'm so excited.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But she wasn't like fleshed out a lot. So that was like.
Right. Yeah. She wasn't too fleshed out, but she was very pretty according to Jake.
Can you imagine like that's like your best trait or like the only trait they can think of? She was very pretty.
Very pretty.
It's like A+ character development. But it's true. It's like you don't actually know very much about her. Like even though she dated Harry, you're just like, I don't know what she's like at all.
Right. It didn't seem like she ever took a very strong stand for anything. She seemed a little like wishy-washy in the end.
But I agree with you though about the Hermione, the elf thing, because it never went anywhere in the end, and I was a bit sad because I thought it was like a good cause for her to be championing, even though like Ron thought she was overreacting. I still thought it was like a, trying to get more equal. Was it Spew? I thought Spew was a worthy cause, and I'm just kind of sad that it kind of never really went anywhere. Like the conditions for elves didn't improve, and at the end of the last book, like Dobby was still going to make Harry a sandwich or whatever. So.
Right. Yeah, it was like even when they were free, they still wanted to somehow, like Dobby still was in a subservient position. I don't know. It was very interesting. It was like, yeah, I didn't really think of that, but you're right. It never really quite like
went anywhere,
matriculated into anything.
So, and then I guess the last thing I want to know about Harry Potter is that if you, and the people want to know this, if you could play like any character in the Harry Potter ballet, which one would you?
Oh my God, in the ballet? Oh, well, I would absolutely want to be a villain, I think. Because it would be so fun to play like Bellatrix or Snape or somebody like that. Either that, actually, or I would just want to be Harry because, I always want to be the main part.
It's like I can tell you're just like a wallflower. You just want to blend into the background, right? Just never want to be center of attention at all.
I'm so shy. No, I mean, yeah, actually, I think I would just have to play Harry, to be honest. Flying around on my firebolt.
Well, I mean, we have it here first. So J.K. Rowling, Warner Brothers, ABT, when you get on that Harry Potter ballet, it's got to happen. There's just like no other casting choice.
Why couldn't a girl play Harry? I don't
exactly
there.
But speaking of ABT, what is the situation like over there now? I know that you said you're helping out with a couple of things there with like an online fundraiser and things, and I'd love to know a bit more about like how you guys are coping and holding up, and like what ABT is kind of doing to, I guess, tide over this time, and if there's anything people can do to support you guys.
Thank you so much for asking. Well, yes, so their ABT has basically started a fund. It's called the ABT Crisis Relief Fund, and if you go to ABT's website, you can find out more information. Basically, it's a fund that is raising money to pay all of ABT's artists, pianists, ballet masters, and because of being unable to perform, like a significant part of our annual revenue comes from ticket sales. So we're losing millions of dollars. This year. So if you are able to donate, please do. That would mean a lot.
What are you guys sort of doing online, or I guess how are you guys trying to like connect with audiences online? Is there anything the company is doing, or is there anything that you are doing with ABT, on that end?
Well, I think ABT has a really cool virtual season lined up, basically just for social media. Also on Tuesday, May 12th, I believe. Is that Tuesday? I don't know. We have our virtual gala, which will be fun. Lots of exclusive content. It'll be up on YouTube, and I'm sure it'll live there so everyone can watch it if you miss Tuesday.
So just quickly, what are you guys planning for, like a virtual gala and like a virtual season? Is it just archive footage, or are you guys creating like new things especially for this?
So it's a combination of archival footage, exclusive interviews, like celebrity cameos, celebrities coming on and talking about ABT, and a few like unique performances that we've filmed during this time. So it'll be
cool.
Yeah, it'll be really cool. And then the other thing is James Whiteside, Cindy, 0.5 of the Cindy's, and myself. We do classes online Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And you also have a YouTube channel where you're teaching variations as well.
Yes. Everyone follow me on YouTube, subscribe. Oh yeah, subscribe. That's what it's called. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Basically, I've just been uploading my variations with Bella classes. I teach variations once a week. And then I've also been doing a series of interviews called Trina Talks. I've been staying busy. I've been hustling.
Yeah, how are you finding the time to do all this stuff? Because you're you're probably like, I know that everybody's not working right now, like in their proper jobs, but still it's a lot. Like you're teaching, you're doing the YouTube channel, and you've got your interviews on top of like your regular like exercise schedule and all the other opportunities that, you're working on behind the scenes that, people don't necessarily see, because I think that's the thing about like Instagram, is that it all looks effortless, but there's so many things that you're following up behind the scenes with admin staff and opportunities and things. Like, how are you, I guess, finding the time to do that while, I guess avoiding maybe burnout? Because I just asked this because I know that a lot of people feel the pressure now to, I guess, hustle and be like super productive. So for you, like, how are you finding that balance?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel a little bit burned out at times, but I feel like I'm just naturally very driven, and I'm used to like hustling all the time. And, I'm used to a pretty grueling and punishing schedule in general. The
ballerina life.
Totally. Like I usually get to take like 1 day off a week or 0 days off a week. So it's not that foreign to me. I mean, also everything that not everything, but a lot of what I'm doing right now is voluntary. So it's not like I'm being forced to do this. It's just like stuff that I want to do.
Right.
And so I think that helps me, but I do feel like it would be nice to just take like a social media break for a week. So maybe I'll find some time soon to do that.
I hope so. I mean, I understand what you're saying, because I feel that too sometimes too with like the burnout. You're like, I just want to take a break, and then you're like, but no, I have this idea and I have this thing I want to do and that thing. And so
no, it's a fine line, but I don't know. It makes me feel better, or like it makes me feel good to hear positive feedback from like people who follow me and who are taking the classes, and I get like really sweet comments and DMs telling me what it means to them. And honestly, that makes me feel like it's all worth it.
Oh, that's good. I mean, it is. I think a lot of people really appreciate it because you and James kind of do it in like a really fun kind of way. And how else would people get the opportunity to take class from like two ABT principal dancers? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this time is very unique and unprecedented, but we just have to make the best of it, I guess.
Well, I do want to ask one thing, which is, how did the name Cindy's come about, actually?
Okay, I really wish we had a better story for this. We do not have a good story. Basically, one day, Cindy just texted me and said, "Hey, Cindy." And then I wrote back, "Hey, Cindy." And that is literally the story. I wish it was better. Sorry, it's not good. No,
it's not. It's good clarification, because I always thought it was like a Cinderella thing or something. No. And I was like, but now we have it on record now.
Yep, not a good story. We need to make up a better one. If anyone has any submissions, please submit them to Cloud and Victory.
I vote that every time somebody asks you this question, you guys make up a new story, and then the story gets wilder and wilder and wilder.
That's a good idea.
And there will just be the legend of Cindy, and then people will be like so confused because I heard it was this one. No, I heard it's because she like had a glass point shoe that she dropped or something.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, people have asked if it has to do with Cinderella. No.
I think I actually just have one last question for you now, actually, which is, what are you doing in this time to make yourself feel good?
What am I doing to make myself feel good? I mean, honestly, I do notice that I feel better when I make an effort to like reach out to other people who might need my like care and attention. And when I try to like, if I make a donation to a charity, I don't know, doing stuff for others honestly helps me feel good. Also taking baths, reading, just working out, moving. Even if I don't feel like it, I always feel better afterwards. It just really helps my mind. So those are probably the main things.
And eating Dan's cooking, his amazing food.
Eating Dan's cooking and just eating as much spaghetti as possible.
Eat pasta, run faster.
Exactly. I love that.
Well, Bella, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, even though I know it's late over there at New York. And it was so nice to get to connect with you again. And yeah, I hope we'll get to hang out in person soon. But, you guys go follow Bella on Instagram and support ABT, and also follow her YouTube channel because she's got lots of cool stuff going on. I don't want to keep you, like I said, because I know that Dan is cooking dinner for you, but it was so nice to catch up with you. And I really hope you guys are doing okay and staying sane. And
thank you. You too, man. And say hi to your mom.